Hello and welcome to episode 8 of the Ultimate Minecraft Server Series. I'm your host, SamLander34. In today's episode, we're going to be taking a look at auto-refillable mines and a little bit more with World Group, as we're going to need to set special regions to enable our players to be able to use the mine. That and more coming up. Let's do this.
You have an idea to make Minecraft better. Are you ready? Let's build it.
Hey guys, I know I've been teasing about doing ranks for the last couple of videos. However, the holidays are very busy for me, so I've been putting it off. However, there have been some changes on the server. I wasn't quite happy with the sand palace that we installed, so I decided to replace it with one of the original spawns that Epic Faction used to use. It was quite popular back in the day, so I figured why not put it back in again. So thanks to Badge and Sam for creating this. This originally was on the Nexus and is now a home at Epic Faction. I've also decided to add in new plots, not as many. Expanded the region just a little bit to be able to fit in this spawn. It may not look as big as the other one, but it covers more area. So over here, in this beautiful big blue box, we're going to create a mine. So this beautiful blue box here is going to be an auto mine. And what that means is new players will be able to come in and get things that they really need to survive, such as coal and clay and stuff like that. But before we can use this, we need to install a plugin called Mine Reset Lite. And you can get that from Spigot, just like everything else. It's called Mine Reset Lite with World Edit v6, v7. Works with 1.13, and more importantly, it works with fast async world edit, which you are going to need. So go ahead and download that and pop that into your plugins folder, just like the rest of our stuff. Okay, so I've already gone ahead and done that, but I haven't reset the server because I want to show you the power of the plugin manager that we installed in the last episode. So if we go back in game here and run the command plugman load mine reset lite, just like that, you'll see that it loaded the plugin. No need to restart the server. And this is what makes it really powerful. A lot of plugins you can get away with it. Some of them you can't. You need to reload. Okay. So to create a mine, what we need to do is create a block in the corners where we want to create the mine, and then just stand on it. We're going to do MRL /MRL POS1. That creates the first position. And we're going to go over here and we're going to do /MRL POS2. Now that our positions have been made, we'll do MRL create, and then we'll just give the mine a name. So in this case, I'm just going to call it starter mine. No, I'm going to call it party mine, and you'll see why later. Okay, so party mine has now been saved. So now we're going to set what goes in the mine. So for the most part, I think it should be stone. I don't want to give away too much too quick, so I'm going to go MRL set, and then party mine, and I'm going to say stone. We'll say 95%. Okay, so now the mine is 5% empty and it's 95% stone. So we're going to do the same command, and this time I'm going to say iron ore 1%, coal ore 1%, and clay is really good. So I'm going to say clay 1%. So we have 2% left. Let's fill those 2% with, we'll just fill those last 2% with stone. So that would be 97%. So now that the mine is 0% empty, we're going to do MRL reset party mine. And voila. As you can see, there's iron, there's coal, there's clay. And the reason we do this is because rather than new players going and griefing the land just to try and get basic essentials, this allows them to do that without needing to. And I am going to use my world edit commands to make this mine go up one. So I'm going to stack one up, and then I'm going to remove the top layer because that won't get reset. And now we've got a nice little ring around the mine. So since we've got these blue terracottas as our mine border, let's use, we'll use the dark prismarine stairs to set a border around it. There, that looks pretty good. Now we're going to want the players to be able to get out of the mine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a block on each end here to create a selection. And this is just a very easy way of finding the midpoint of anywhere when you're doing a design. So you can use the world edit command middle and then a block. So I'm going to say glowstone just as a way of seeing. So this is the very center of this line. Now I can get rid of my temporary blocks. I guess I could have just used the walls, but whatever. So now I know that this here is the wall of the mine. Or the exact center of this wall. I'm going to click on either side of it, like so, and I'm going to expand by 26 because the mine is 27 deep. And I am going to do / move, which is another world edit command, 1 in this direction, and that will create a nice little hole for us, which we can put water at the bottom. So I like to just knock out this last layer here so I can make it pretty. All right, and then we're going to need some water, so we'll grab a water bucket and throw that down. Now, why do we add the water? It allows people to be able to jump right in without dying, essentially. So we're going to need a ladder. Grab that, throw that in there. Now, I'm not a big fan of redoing things, so I only ever want to do something once, especially if it's going to be something I'm going to be doing a lot of. So, for example, this is kind of a pain in the butt to make, you get caught by the ladder while you're trying to put it there, so. Perfect. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up to the edge here. I'm going to copy this by doing a selection here and a selection here. And because I'm already at the base, I'm going to expand by 20, well, we'll say 26 again because we did another block down there, right? So we know that this is the center point. So I'm going to copy from this point. And I'm going to rotate this by 90 degrees. The clipboard, I mean. I'm going to rotate the clipboard by 90 degrees. So if we come over here, and like I said, you can use the walls as well. You don't have to put down blocks if you don't want to. We're going to do that middle command again to find out where that to find out where the exact middle is. And then, just like we were standing on the other one, we're going to paste in the same spot after rotating it 90 degrees. And there it is. Unfortunately, the ladder got broken, but that's okay. We can redo that really quick. At least I don't have to create the pit again. World Edit didn't do a good job here, so we're going to fix this up really quick. Just like so. Now, I do want there to be a space there, so I'm going to just create a little more space over here. So it's worth mentioning I have an admin claim around this area because I don't want people breaking anything that I'm working on. But we are not going to be able to keep it as an admin claim forever because then people won't be able to use the mine itself. So we're going to use Worldguard to protect the region and define the area in which they're able to break blocks. So it's going to take two regions, a parent region, which says they're not allowed to break. And that'll encompass this entire area here. And then there's going to need then there's a child region, which we're going to put inside of the mine, which is essentially just where the mine regenerates. And in that area, we will give users the ability to break. All right, so we're going to rotate this another 90 degrees. Find our middle point. Middle glowstone. Now you see those zombies in the background there? I don't know why they're there, but we're going to kill them by using Butcher. Great. So now we know we're at middle point. We can paste our clipboard. Perfect. Again, our stairs are all messed up, but that's okay. We can fix that really quickly. Just like so. Get rid of that. You can see that's on the wrong side, so we've got to get rid of those. All right. Put our ladder up the other side. Good. Last one. Okay, we're going to select on both sides. // middle glowstone. All right, we're going to rotate another 90 degrees, and we're going to paste. Great. There we go. I think we got it all now. Oh, missed a couple. There we go. Fix the stairs. There we go. Get rid of that. That's a pretty nice looking mine. Now, you don't want to have to be in game to do reset party mine every time you want this to reset. So what we're going to do is set some parameters. So we're going to go to the documentation and read what we need here. All right, so here's the MRL flag command. And the ones that we want are reset delay, MRL flag party mine. It's reset delay with a small r. So reset delay, and we'll say 10 minutes. Let's see what else. Reset warnings, fill mode. We're already going to have enough crap going on in the chat we don't necessarily want to announce every time the mine resets, especially if it's every 10 minutes. So I'm going to set silent to true. Silent, true. So that, my friends, is how you add a mine to a server. Now, if you're running a prison server, this is useful information. You're going to want to do a lot of this. And of course, setting your mines with different ores. But of course, we'll get into that when we build our prison server. But for now, this is just going to help out players, and as well it's going to be used to host disco parties, which is an interesting plugin we're going to build later on in this series. So before our users can use this new mine, we have to set up regions for them to be able to break the blocks. And we can't use an admin claim, which is currently sitting right now. So if I use a stick and right click the ground, you'll see that it's been claimed by an administrator and it goes all the way around. So we need to abandon that claim now. Or, you know, instead of abandoning it, I think what I'm going to do is move it back so that people aren't tempted to kind of build in front of the mine. So to resize, I'm going to take my tool here and I'm going to click the corner and bring it back to about here. Great. So now this part of it is protected by an admin claim. This part is no longer protected, so anybody could just come in here and start breaking stuff. So we're going to create two regions. One to protect the outside of the mine. So there. And just to follow up with the sidings here. And let's say about there. And now we can create a region. So I'm going to go region create outer mine. This region is now protected by me, the owner. So if I go region info, you'll see that, oh, what did I do wrong there? I'll tell you what I did. I forgot to think about up and down again. So let's do region remove outer mine. Then we're going to do / expand vert to go all the way up and down. And they're going to recreate the region. Region create outer mine. Okay. So now if I go RG info, there we go. So one of the things that I want you to look here is the priority. Right now the priority is 0. So anything with a higher priority will take precedence or will override this region. So we're going to create a new region inside the mine. So the first thing I'm going to do here is I want the region to be one layer above the mine. So I'm going to click here. And I want it to be at the base here. So we're just going to dig down to the bottom of the mine. And this is going to be the bottom side of this. So second position is set. So the inner mine region only covers the space of the area that we want people to be able to break blocks. I don't want people being able to build above, so we don't give them permission to build, but we do want them to be able to break. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go region, create inner mine, region, flag, inner mine, block hyphen place, deny. So what this does is it stops them from being able to place blocks in the mine. They're only going to be allowed to break. So we're going to say block break allow. And that allows them to break blocks. And now in order to make this region override the other region, we're going to give it a higher priority. So we're going to go region priority, inner mine 10. And there we go. So all things being considered, they will now be able to come and use the mine. They'll be able to break things, but they won't be able to litter assorted blocks in the mine, or be able to build above or beside or whatever. Okay, so that's how you create an auto-filling mine. Of course, we dug a big hole over here, so what we're going to do is just do MRL party mine reset, and that should fill that in for us. MRL reset party mine, sorry. There we go. And there we go. So now that we have the mine here, we're going to want people to be able to get to it as quickly. So why don't we set a warp? And because I've got CMI installed, I do CMI set warp. And I'm going to call this mine. Or just mine. Okay, if you're using essentials, then the command would be just /set warp. And then mine, whatever you want to call it. So now if I do warps, or CMI warps, there's the mine. And quickly jump here. So again, people who use essentials are used to this being just /warps. So I'm going to make an alias using CMI alias editor. And we're going to create a new one called warps. And of course that is just CMI warps. CMI warps. Okay, so that's good, but we want people to be able to use it, so I'm going to do luck perms group member permission set cmi.command.warp warps. So that should give them the ability to use that command. Okay. As I've said earlier this week is incredibly busy for me, so it's just going to be another quick video tonight. And in tomorrow's video, we're finally going to cover ranks. In the meantime, this is Samlander34, signing off.